The McCarthy Athletic Center is celebrating its 10th year in existence. It was built following the success of Gonzaga basketball as it's risen to a national brand. Some would say there's no bad seat in the house, but there's one seat you just can't have because it's not for sale. That seat is already taken.
She was as loyal of a fan as we've ever had, just passionate about, our players.
Huge fan. Extremely supportive, somebody who kind of was always out in the hallway after games, kind of just saying hi to everybody.
Emma Wasson was the ultimate Zag fan, loyal through and through, and a little feisty too.
What's fair is fair, buddy.
But nothing compared to her trademark call. Whenever an opponent got ready to shoot a free throw, she let them have it.
Miss it!
Miss it! Miss it!
Miss it! Miss it! Miss it!
She would yell, miss it! Just like that, very quick and concise, miss it.
But in the old building actually is where I remember her most, because there was less people and less noise, and she was there every night.
You know, you'd hear people say, hey, Emma was getting after it tonight. She was having a good time.
Miss it!
The Zags moved into the bigger building and the crowds got bigger and louder. But for the better part of 4 decades, their #1 fan was there for every game.
She enjoyed the wins, and she was hurt by the losses. But, for her, I don't know if it was as much about the wins and losses as it was about being a part of it.
Mark View always said Emma had the voice of a coach. And when Coach Emma left us in 2008, the university had a prime seat open up. But athletic director Mike Roth and the athletic department had other plans. They told the Wasson family they wouldn't sell it for a year.
It's tremendous that they would do it, and I've never heard of any other team that has done that for a fan.
That was 6 years ago, and Emma's seat still remains empty for every game. Gonzaga has made the decision to turn down the big money and honor one of their own instead.
I think that's Gonzaga, and that's Mike Roth. He gets the big picture of everything. This means a lot, and this is more important, and because that seat would generate a huge amount of dollars. That's a prime seat in this building.
It's just the right thing to do. And, if we wanted to make money off of everything, it wouldn't be who we are. There's no reason to sell that seat. There probably won't be. I can't imagine, at least in my tenure, why there'd be a reason.
The empty seat remains. A reminder of fans that supported Gonzaga basketball before it became a national brand. And for those that have been around a while, that empty seat is part of the basketball program.
I mean, it's funny. I'll see it at odd times. A lot of times when there's nobody in the building and the bleachers are pulled out and I see her name on that, and it's cool. It gives you a warm feeling and you kind of smile.
It's so sweet to me. It's so sweet that Gonzaga did that and that they continued. It means a lot to the family.
Having loyal fans is nothing new to sports, but it's a little more rare to see that loyalty make such a big impact.
My daughter said at my mom's funeral, when players from generations came, she said, Mom, I always knew she loved Gonzaga. You kind of forget that part, that Gonzaga loved her too.
The 8th-ranked Zags might have the deepest and best team in their history. They're being talked about as a legitimate Final Four team, and if they were to get there for the first time, people know what that would mean to Coach Emma.
I think that sort of would be the ultimate, knowing that she's up there, watching it, and she loved her Gonzaga basketball.
I think she's up in heaven just laughing and smiling and probably screaming miss it still during these games. She was with us all the way to the end and still is with us. So, yeah, there's more to it than just what happens, out on the court. That's for sure.
Aaron, you saw that jacket sitting on the seat before every game. Emma's daughter takes the jacket down, kind of remembers mom, puts the jacket there, and the people that have been there a long time, they just kind of like that tradition. And I've been doing this a long time, and you don't see a lot of times that teams show loyalty back to fans, and this is a great example of once you're part of that Gonzaga family, you're part of it forever.
Forever. All right.
Yeah.
Great story. Thanks, Keith.